Shalom Yasharala, giving all praise and glory to the most high power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Welcome to the fourth month, our fourth month feast. Giving all praise and glory to the most high one, Mashiach Yahushai, Bashama Mashiach Yahushai, for another day closer to the kingdom, another day that we can actually honor the first day of our month. Yeah. So hope everybody's having a beautiful day and remember, these days, these feast days, supposed to be a day of joy and peace and, rejoicing. You know, feel good that we know we have opportunity to come back to our heritage of doing the things that the Most High told us we're supposed to be doing during these times. We have all the things that, you know, working against us. And we have to take the time to enjoy the things that are working for us. And that is through this word of the Most High. And Mashiach Yahushai, Shalom Mashiach Yahushai. Let's see, someone that said something, I don't know what that is. Try. You gotta pay for this, and they still want to use you to advertise. Does something. You should take off some of the money they charge to use the StreamYard to advertise for them. Does something. So yeah, we're gonna go into it. It says day of joy, supposed to be. You know, that's how we gotta do this. Why don't let nobody take your joy away from you? Joy, that's a beautiful thing to have happiness. You know, and these are the things, like I say, like most guys told us in Ecclesiastes 2 and 4, whatever he gives you, take cheerfully. Whatever's bottom part, you take cheerfully. So these are the times that we have to let everything go and just, spiritually enjoy, what we have as a nation to be able to, enjoy ourselves once a month, having a feast, being able to have a feast. That's beautiful. But, I mean, everybody's not able, you know, a few of us that are come together, let's enjoy it, you know. 24 hours, just like the Sabbath day. Most I say, this is my day. You know, don't do whatever you do for yourself, but do everything concerning him. Be all right. For sure, you know. So, as always, I'm going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. Got a beautiful Sabbath, teaching. I don't know if some of you knew us, some of you already been on, pages. Krishna Mom and Civil Wisdom, we got next. Facebook page and Civil Wisdom YouTube page. We have a lot of information going out. Matter of fact, we have over 7,000 videos now. So it's a time that, you should never be bored, but you should always have something to do. So you hear me, you hear these pages turning, it's nothing but lessons and scriptures, and that's how it should be. You should never have nothing to do. You should always have the ability to study. It's very important because come a time, Jacob's trouble, you're not going to be able to learn what it is you're able to learn right now. Leave this. I know they don't want to have you come back to the Most High. You know, I know they don't like what I'm doing. You know, they blew up my car last night. They vandalized my truck when I came back from camp. So it is what it is, you know. We're gonna keep on moving toward the kingdom, though. I know that. And you know, okay, what these wicked people attempt to do. They're not stopping nothing. As long as I'm with Most High. You with the Most High, and we're gonna keep it moving to the kingdom. Straight up. One way or another. All praises to the Most High. Ah, yeah. For real, for real. I know they don't, the whole thing, like I can tell you, the heathen know when the captivity for our iniquities, they don't want you to come back to him and do what he say do. Oh no, it's not acceptable. They want you to be misery. They want you to, they hating on us and, you know, doing things that will, you know, disrupt your flow of love and joy and happiness. They, but with the Most High, nothing's impossible. Con, and so we're gonna keep it moving to the kingdom. Keep on following what we need to do and learning what we need to learn to get close to him so that hey, he'll find us worthy. So as I'm talking about joy, let's deal with this. We're gonna go to Colossians 3 and 17. Whatsoever you do in word or deed, whatever you say, whatever you do, let's say do it all by Shalom Mashiach, in the name of the Lord and Savior. We give thanks to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because he's worthy to be thanked for every single thing. Right. You notice once I started going into the scriptures, when I was talking to everybody, was a lot of people coming in, right? No, so I went to the scripture, Colossians 3:17, bing, it was gone. Bing, I'm out of here. Bing. That's something. As long as you talk, everything's cool. Hear what I have to say. Or you. Let's look at everything we say is gonna be in the name of the Lord and Savior. That spiritual power about Shalom Hashem, give a shot. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father about Shalom Hashem, give a shot. Listen, Psalms 30 and 5. It says, for his anger, Psalm 30th chapter, the 5th verse. It says, for his anger endureth but a moment. And his favor is life. And that's everlasting life. That's living forever and ever and ever and ever. Weeping may endure for a night. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Understand this. That's why he said, hey, whatever he give you, take, he read it to you. Take cheerfully. So, you know, you ain't going through something, you know you're doing something right. And you messing with the devil. Ecclesiastes 2 and 4. It said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So you got to be patient, and patient deal with time. You know, you got to look at once the book is closed and things happen in your life, you got to remember what it is you've learned in the scriptures and apply it to your life. That's what, you know, we say we got to learn it, you got to live it, and you got to apply it. The application is what's hard for a lot of people because they can't really take away from their carnal side that they are in. And that's why you see, you know, he just said, whatever you take, whatever you give, take cheerfully, you know what I mean? And he never give you more than you can bear. You know, there he give a solution for this. Okay, you do this. Okay, well, I got a solution here. Bam. He brought a solution. You see what I'm saying? To rectify whatever it is that's going on, as long as you stay in the spirit with him. But if you're not in the spirit with him, then you just dealing with yourself. You know, that's what I say in Ecclesiastes 3 and 24. I bring this out all the time because it says, for many are deceived, I mean, lied to in their own mind by their own vain opinion. You see? Many are deceived by their own vain opinion. You know, they're not looking at what the scriptures say and apply it in their life. That's a carnal mind. And an evil suspicion, that's the devil, have overthrown their judgment. See that? It says, without eyes thou shalt want light. You see? Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not. So don't try and bring forth something that you don't really know anything about. Just, I mean, you can't uh, guess on anything. You can't assume something. Without eyes, thou shalt want light. You're going to want the light. You're going to want to shine bright. You want to be illuminated. And that light is the laws of the Most High. You know? If you don't have eyes to see, then you're in darkness. You're in ignorance. You're in gross darkness. They put people in gross darkness until this day. You're going to want that light. Because you have light you can see. If I turn the lights out, you can't see me. You can't see nothing in this room. The light's on. You can see. It's hip talk. Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not. You know, so you talk about something that you don't really have the knowledge of. You gain the knowledge from someone that have knowledge, and then you take that knowledge, which is knowledge is nothing but gaining the right information. And once you gain that right information, you know how to apply it in your life. That's wisdom. But once you learn how to apply this proper knowledge of the scriptures in your life through the precepts, then you can apply this wisdom so that you'll have understanding and you'll depart from evil. Just the whole thing, to depart from evil, because we have been evil and have transgressed the Most High's laws while we're in the condition we're in. The only way we're going to get out of this condition is to come back to Him first, before anyone. Because He's the one that determines when judgment is going to come on this earth, when righteousness is coming back to this earth. That's why I say, profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not. That's what I say, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Opinion means your thoughts of whatever subject matter it is, whatever it is. Whatever the subject matter is, you know, some people say, I know. No, some things we don't know. And you got to shut down and humble yourself to know that, hey, I don't know. That's why I say a stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last. You hear that? You be stubborn, you don't want to listen, you can't be instructed. You're going to fare evil at the last. You're going to bring Satan on you in the last, man. And he that loveth danger shall perish therein. You love danger, you're going to perish therein. You love, I like the rowdiness, whatever, the danger, putting yourself in a dangerous position, you're going to perish. Most I say you're going to die therein. You see, it's very important that we see this. Why we have to apply these rules and regulations, which these laws, in our life when the book is closed. That's why, a lot of times you find out, and it's hurtful for people because you don't know people. You don't know people that's on the internet. And then when you find out, oh, they're like this, when the book is closed, now you tripping. I don't know what for. You been listening to me, I'll tell you, man, you ain't got no business dealing with nothing but the real. And that's these scriptures. The Most High wa Mashiach Yahushua, about Shama Mashiach Yahushua. It'll tell you everything you want to know is right here. Verse 27, it says, an abstinent heart or mind shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin. See, a wicked man gonna heap sin upon sin. That's why the Most High told us, go to Isaiah, the 30th chapter. Wicked man gonna heap sin upon sin, right? And this wicked man generally, without a shadow of a doubt, fall right into this category right here. That's why we gotta look at what the Most High said in 1 John 5:3. He said, hey, for this the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments. And His commandments are not grievous. So if you're not grieving, you're not sorrowful, then you should be joyous. You should have joy in your heart. No? Look what it says. Isaiah 30. Let's start at verse 1. It says, woe me, destruction to the rebellious children, said the Most High. That take counsel. They listen to somebody. He said, but not of me. And that's a whole lot of people in this world right now. They taking counsel, but they're not taking counsel of the Most High. You ask them, I'll ask them all the time, you know the Most High? They say no. And they cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Now, who is it that adds sin to sin? We just read who adds sin to sin. Ecclesiasticus 3:27, what does it say? An abstinent heart, that's an abstinent mind, shall be laden with sorrows, sad all the time. He said, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin. So that's a wicked man. That's why I say, woe, destruction to the rebellious children, you know? And that cover with a covering, they cover with a covering. He said, but not of my spirit, not of the spirit of the Most High. That's why it's very important to know the definition of the spirit of the Most High, so that you can apply it in your life. Once you're dealing with whatever, and the book is closed. Now that's your real life. That's the reality. When reality come in, then now you're gonna apply this in your life. You know, are you still gonna be joyous? You're still gonna have to deal with whatever, because Jacob's cup trouble is coming to some people, not everybody. Let me make that clear. Not everyone. Everybody's not gonna have to deal with that. But the majority of our people, because 2/3 of our people are not gonna make it anyway. They gotta go through. They're gonna be those examples. That's why I say, hey, Isaiah 30:2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth. Like people who ask, what how the Most I feel about this? How the Most I feel about that? To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, of this way, of the way of this world right now. Whoever's in charge, whatever they say do, y'all do it. You know, whatever's going on in this world, y'all all into the world. Y'all think that this place gonna be saved. The last kingdom on this earth gonna be saved. Most High gonna save. No. Every kingdom had a certain dispensation of time, and their time is in the hands of the Most High. And the trust in the shadow of Egypt. See, trust in the shadow. The shadow is like, hey, the shadow is right there. That's you. That shadow, you right here, that shadow right there, you're looking at that shadow is how you follow in the way of this world, especially here in America. The things they tell you to do, and you people have done it, and then the end result is you jacked up. So now that's why I say, therefore, said the strength of Pharaoh, the strength of this world that we in right now, whoever, he told us, yeah, he's gonna give us to an unjust king. That's what it says. I'm not making up something that, look at that spirit, the spirit of the Most High rolling with me. I mean, I turn the pages right there. Come on. All praise to the Most High. About show myself outside. Look, what I say. He said he's gonna give us to an unjust king, right? So I turn the pages, the song of three holy children, right here. Verse 9, it said, and thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. That's why ain't no law here. The law of the Most High not here. Lawless enemies, right? Most hateful forsakers of the Most High, it says, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world. You hear that? An unjust king. Not a king that's going to be following the laws of the Most High. Where that's at? Show me where that ever happened. It ain't never happened. It ain't going to happen. He said for an unjust king. And the most wicked in all the world. That's what I say, but Isaiah 30:4 said, 3 said, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. This unjust king, the thing that they dealing with, that you got to accept or not accept. Is it right with the Most High, his laws, statutes, commandments, or is it wrong with the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments? You got to make that choice. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh, this world be your shame. And the trust, your faith in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. That's why they say, trust in the shadow of Egypt, you're going to bring forth sin to sin over and over again. You see? So that's why we have to look at applying the happiness and the joy of having this truth, man, being in this truth, regardless, man. You know, most like I say, most I never give you more than you can bear. You just got to be ready and stay ready. Let's go to Psalm 103, 103rd chapter, verse 6. The Most High executed righteousness. Psalms 103 and 6. The Most High executed righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. Hear that? That's our power. He said he executed righteousness. All praise to the Most High. He said he executed righteousness. And we got to define righteousness. We ain't got to go that far. Go to Psalms 119, 172. We executed righteousness. What's righteousness? Because, you know, everybody in the world have their own answer to what they think it is. That's why I say many are deceived by their own vain opinion. But we have to define these words through the Bible. He executed righteousness. What's righteousness? Psalms 119, 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. You see? So he executed, like I said, it's going back to Psalms 106, 103 and 6, and say the Most High executed righteousness. The Most High executed his laws and his commandments, y'all. And judgment. The judgment is the punishment for breaking the laws and the commandments for all that are oppressed, you see? And we don't oppress people. He made known his ways unto Moses. And Moses gave us the laws, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws. His acts unto the children of Israel. Not to everyone, but his acts unto the children of Israel. Clear. It says, the Most High is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy. You see, the Most High is gracious. We say Most High is merciful first and foremost, and gracious. So, who is the mercy and grace for? He just said he told the children of Israel through Moses. We came out of Egyptian captivity. So he said he's merciful. What did it say? Most High is merciful and gracious. So who the mercy and grace for? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 4:15. Clearly, tell you. That's why I said it's very important to know the definition. It said this the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints. You hear that? His grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he have respect unto his chosen. So his grace and mercy is with his saints. And how we define the saints in Psalms 104, 148:14. Psalms 148:14. His grace and mercy is with his saints. And then just letting you know without a shadow of a doubt that his grace and mercy, him being merciful and gracious, is to the children of Israel right here. When you can find the saints. You know, his grace and mercy is to his saints. So here it is right here. Psalms 148:14. He also exalted the horn with the power of his people, the praise of all his saints. Who the saints? Even of the children of Israel. Who is his people? Even of the children of Israel. Who the saints? Even of the children of Israel. Who are we? A people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High. Kind. So now when you see grace and mercy, it's to whom? The saints. Who are who? The children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Point blank. So here it is right here. Psalms 103 and 8. The Most High is merciful and gracious. That's to the saints, to the Israelites. Slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. Mercy is not getting something you do deserve to get. He will not always chide. He's not always going to be chiding with us, man. He's not going to be striving against us, you know. He said he's not always going against us. He said neither will he keep his anger forever. That sounds great. He said he have not dealt with us after our sins. You know, He have not dealt with us after our sins. Come on. Nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. And he said in Hosea 5:15, he said, hey, for us now, he said, I'm going to my place until we acknowledge our offense, how we offended him, and seek his face. He said, in our affliction, we're going to seek him early. A lot of people don't really think that they're going to go through something. They ain't been through nothing to be able to know that he said, in your affliction, you're going to seek his face. You're going to seek him for real, for real. Verse 11, for as the heaven is high above the earth, and we know that, we look at the sky, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. You see that? For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. See, everybody don't fear the Most High. People don't even know the Most High. Let's go and fear him until the disaster happens. Until you hear them say, oh my God, they be screaming that. And still, don't fear him after the fact. He's telling you. That's why you got to fear him before he bring that fear on you to make you scared, make you afraid. He said, hey, for as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. So if you don't fear him, then you're going to get what you deserve. You're going to get that woe, that destruction. I'm telling you. As far as the east is from the west, so far have he removed our transgressions from us. Man, that's beautiful. Won't that sound joyous? He said, hey, as far as the east is from the west, you talking about way over there past China, all the way over here to the Western Hemisphere. He said, hey, so far as he removed our transgressions from us, so far have he removed our sins from us. As from way over there in the eastern part of the world, all the way over to the western part of the world. That's how far he say removed our transgression from us. Those that fear the Most High, those that keep his commandments, trying to do right by him. Say, like as a father pitieth his children, so the Most High pitieth them that fear him. Not everybody, but those that fear him. For he knoweth our frame. He remembered that we are dust. You hear that? He said, he know our frame. He know how he made us. He know how you gonna be. He said, we are nothing but dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right? We nothing but dirt, y'all. Dirt. As for man, he said, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourishes. But the wind passes over it, and it is gone. And the place thereof shall know it no more. Once you gone there, you ain't gonna know that place no more. You just a thought, a memory. That's it. But the mercy of the Most High, may I give you something that you do deserve to get, of the Most High is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him. Not everybody. You gotta fear the Most High. You better be afraid of him. You better be scared of him. And his righteousness, his laws and commandments unto children's children. That's why you're supposed to be teaching the children the laws and the commandments of the Most High. They can teach their children the laws and the commandments of the Most High. To such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. So we know the covenants was given. You ain't got to go that far. Go to Psalms 105, 8 to 10. He let you know the covenant is given to. He'll remember this covenant forever. Psalms 105, 8 through 10. He'll remember this covenant was a contract of agreement forever. His laws and commandments, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, was covenant, was contract, was agreement, was laws, statutes, commandments he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel, that's the 12 tribes of Israel, for an everlasting covenant. You hear that? An everlasting covenant to the Israelites. That's what he said. So now, going back to Psalms 103, I love this chapter. It says, verse 17, but the mercy, not getting something you do deserve it, get of the Most High is from everlasting to everlasting unto them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children. His laws and his commandments and children's children. That's why he told us in Psalms 178 and 5, it's the laws. I mean, still regurgitating the laws, no matter where you go. I don't care if you go to New Testament, Old Testament, Apocrypha, whatever, you ain't running from the Most High. But he wrote with his finger. Or you don't fear him, and he ain't working with you. Psalm 78 and 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob, that's our forefather, whose name was changed to Israel, and appointed a law in Israel. You hear that? He appointed a law in Israel, with us, we the Israelites, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. That's why children, children. Say that the generation to come might know them, might know the laws of the Most High, the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws, and learn of the sacrificial law. We know that Machado Shah was the ultimate sacrifice. That's when Paul talking about we ain't under the law. He talking about the law of sacrifice. And he kept the holy days and kept the laws of the Most High. Else you a sinner. And he was no sinner. He ain't called no sinners to the Most High, man. Get out of here. If you are a sinner, come to the Most High, you got to be converted to start learning the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws today. We ain't sacrificing no animals. Machado Shah is the ultimate sacrifice for the children of Israel. Verse 6 says that the generation to come might know them, might know the laws of the Most High, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children. You see, ain't nothing changed. The same thing, that they might set their hope, that's their faith in the Most High, and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments. Hear that? But keep his commandments. It don't change. It might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation. That's why I say, woe to rebellious children. Destruction to them. That's what he just said. We just read that in Isaiah 31. He said, it might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart, was their mind aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. You see? Tell you in verse 10, it say, they kept not the covenant that we just read about of the Most High and refused to walk in his law. You see? You think it's not important? Over and over again, you hear the same thing. You say, I do. I don't know. It might sound like quack, 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 quack. But some of y'all can't really see what he's saying over and over again about doing what he say do. His rules and regulations. I hear it clearly. You see? Look. Verse 18 of Psalms 103. To such as keep his covenant, his laws and commandments, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. You see, the Most High have prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Come on. Bless the Most High, ye his angels. You hear that? Bless the Most High, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments. The angels do his commandments. Here we are, not want to listen to his voice, don't want to do what he say do, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Here, hear that? Angels listen to the word of the Most High and do them. Bless ye the Most High, all ye his hosts. Hosts mean the army of angels, his ministers of his, that do his pleasure. Bless the Most High, all his works in all places of his dominion. Bless the Most High, oh my soul. That's right. We're going to praise the Most High and bless the Most High. Forever, never, 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 never. Psalms 33. Psalm 32. '21. For our heart, which is our mind, and what we think shall rejoice in him. You doing that? Supposed to feel good about, talk about the Most High. It say, for our heart, which is our mind, our thoughts shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Say, let thy mercy, let your mercy, Most High, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. We have faith in thee, Let your mercy, when we say this mercy, man, beyond our imagination, not getting something we do deserve to get. Almost High, he said he ain't never gave us what we deserve to get. Ever, 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 ever. Let your mercy, O Most High, be upon us, according as we hope in thee, as we have faith in the Most High. Psalm 34, man, let's start. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. All praise to the Most High. My soul shall make her boast in the Most High. Who y'all make y'all boast in? Yourself? Somebody else? The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. The humble gonna be the proud ain't gonna be glad. Bing, they gonna be out of here. They don't want to hear nothing about praising nobody but themselves. They ain't magnify me. Ain't talk about Israel. Kwam Yashirah. They ain't talk about that. So hey, I'm out. Oh, magnify the Most High with me. Can you do that? Magnify the Most High with me. You want to be joyful? Magnify the Most High with me and let us exalt His name together. I sought the Most High, and He heard me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked upon me. They looked upon Him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Most High heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. You hear that? But to cry, you got to have humility. You can't be prideful. This poor man cried, and the Most High heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him over and over again and delivereth them. You don't fear the Most High? You can't expect no angels to deliver you. You're going to send Satan now. Really. Because you're going to be prideful. Oh, taste and see that the Most High is good. The only one that's good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. You hear that? You want to be blessed? Trust in the Most High. Oh, fear the Most High, ye his saints. But there is no one to them that fear him. You see that? He's not a man that should lie. Come on. Psalms the 48th chapter. Psalm the 48th chapter, verse 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, O family of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what he's saying. O house of Jacob, who live in a house family. So, O family of the 12 tribes of Israel, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah. You hear that? So all 12 tribes come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Most High, and make mention of the Most High power of Israel. You see that? His name is what? Power who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. The Most High power of Israel. But not in truth. You see? Not in truth, nor in righteousness. See, that's right there. Them two words right there. Truth. We can define truth, right, class? We know that. Psalms 119, 142. Let's sing it together. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So, and we know that righteousness, we just define it in Psalms 119, 172. The righteousness is the laws and the commandments too. So it's right there. He said, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. That's why he said in Hosea 4 and 1. I mean, it's cold, man, when you think about fearing the Most High and doing what He say do, and then people just all about whatever it is they world say. Hosea 4 and 1, he said, hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Israel. We the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, for the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Why? Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. That's why he got a problem with this. He got a controversy with the people in the land because there's no truth. That's the laws and the commandments of the Most High. Nor mercy, gonna give you whatever they think you're supposed to get. They ain't gonna not give you whatever you're supposed to get. They give you what you're supposed to get. Like the dude gave him, 35 years for defending himself, It is what it is. It says, no knowledge of the Most High in the land. No, ain't no knowledge of the Most High in this land. Come on. I ask people all the time, you know the Most High? Some of y'all probably don't know the Most High as far as going through these scriptures and just talk about him only. Period. That's why I say go back to Isaiah 48 and 1. He the only one gonna bring righteousness on this earth, man. They say, hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. We are a nation. The 12 tribes of Israel. We ain't no community. We ain't no organization. We ain't no group. None of that. We're a nation. The 12 tribes of Israel. 12 nations that make up one nation. And are come forth out of the waters of Judah. Everybody come from the waters, right? Can we come from waters from our mother's womb? The waters of Judah, he said. That's why Mashiach said in Hebrews 7:14, who we come from. So it's evidence and fact that our power of Mashiach Yahushua sprang out of Judah, our forefather Jacob's firstborn son, which swear by the name of the Most High and make mention of the power of Israel. That you know the Most High is the power of Israel, the Israelites only, but not in truth. It said they make mention of the Most High, like in these Christian sanity organizations. You know, they make mention of the Most High, you know, but not in truth. Because there's a lie because they think that Mashiach Yahushua is the Most High. The Most High is a Mashiach Yahushua. That's a big lie. That's in these Christian sanity organizations, man. Nor in righteousness, nor in keeping the commandments of the Most High, keeping the laws of the Most High. That's what he's telling you, straight up. Verse 2, for they call themselves of the holy city and stay themselves upon the power of Israel. The power of hosts, power of army of angels is his name. You hear that? Power of hosts. And them angels are ready right here on the earth, man. It's what it say, for they call themselves of the holy city, you know, Zion, and stay themselves upon the most high power of Israel, the most high power of hosts, most high power of army of angels is his name. Say, I have declared the former things from the beginning. Hear what he said? He said he declared the former things from the beginning. And they went forth out of my mouth. So he declared the former things from the beginning. What's going to happen? And they went forth out of the Most High's mouth. And I showed them. So I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. Straight up, just like, that's why you got to know the prophecies and what's going to happen in these last days. It's going to come to pass, you know? So he gave us, at this time it's written for us, so he showed us the past, the present, and the future, all in this Bible. Psalms 87. Psalms 87 chapter. Psalms 87 and verse 2. The Most High loveth the gates of Zion. So he loved the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. That's what he loved. He loved the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. So glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of the Most High. And he's going to bring us back to Zion with songs of singing, and we're going to be honoring and praising him. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know. Excuse me, I ain't like that. Verse 5. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. You know? And in Zion, and of Zion, it shall be said, this and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. It says, verse 7, it says, as well the singers of the players on instruments shall be there. All my springs are in thee. Come on, you know the Most High love music. David was a musician, you know, played the harp. He said, as the well, as well the singers as the players on instruments, gonna have instruments playing and people singing. That's our nature, man. Can't nobody do it like we do it. You know that, right? Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. That's why I said, look at speaking of in second Ezra. 2. It says, in verse 42, 2 Ezra 2:42, it says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. Remember, we more numerous than the sand of the sea and the stars in the sky. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. And they all praised the Most High, what Mashiach ever say, how? With songs. You see that? So when you see him saying, hey, and Psalms 87 and 7, as well the singers as the players on instruments will have instruments playing, as people singing shall be there. All my springs are in thee. So we're going to praise the Most High with songs, man. Straight up. All praises to the Most High. So let's look at Psalm 97. Man, that's going to be a joyous time. Psalm 97 and 11. Say light. Psalm 97 and 11. It say light is sown for the righteous and gladness for the upright in heart. You see that? Light is sown for the righteous. And we know that light. The only way you're going to really look at this and knowing what these definitions are from the Bible, first and foremost. What it say? Light is sown for the righteous, right? So the righteous going to have light. So what's the light? Proverbs 6:23. This the light. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. You see that? And reproofs of instruction are the way of light. So for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. So those that have the law and follow the laws, applying the laws in their life, that's why I say they have light. That's that light. It's sown for the righteous. So you're not righteous and you're not keeping the commandments of the Most High. You're not righteous, you keep the law, you're not keeping the laws of the Most High. And gladness for the upright in heart. Yeah. That's why I say rejoice in the Most High. Be righteous. You just keeping the commandments of the Most High, the laws of the Most High to the best of your ability, and give thanks to what thank the Most High at the remembrance of his holiness, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29. And verse 6. Proverbs 29 and 6. It says, in the transgression of an evil man, there's a snare. The transgression of the sins of an evil man, there's a trap, y'all. There's a trap. But the righteous does sing and rejoice. You hear that? You got to look at this, because if you are not trying to do what the Most High said we're supposed to be doing and keeping his commandments and doing keeping his laws, then you're going to fall into the wicked, fall into the evil. That's why I tell you, verse 2, Proverbs 29 and 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. Nobody rejoicing now. The carnal people that's not spiritual, they don't rejoice. They can't rejoice because they're looking at what they're going to do. They ain't think about the Most High. They ain't learned about him only. And he the only one going to deliver us. How much our Saturn know we getting off the throne to come to judge and make war? Only the Most High know. So it makes sense to me to try and, much as you can, do what he say do. Fear the Most High and do what he say do. What's wrong with being righteous? What's wrong with doing what he say do? His rules and regulations. That's what I say, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. And the righteous going to be in authority in the kingdom. Look, people going to be rejoicing. Ain't nobody going to be like it is now. See, it's so wicked. People think that they're going to have to deal with what this world is applied. Well, it's going to be a righteous world. That's why I tell us this. Isaiah 60 and 12. 21, I mean. Isaiah 60 and 21. It said, thy people also shall be all righteous. See that? The Most High people We the Most High's people, 12 tribes of Israel, that remnant, mind you, shall be all righteous. Meaning they're gonna be keeping the commandments and the laws of the Most High. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. That the Most High can be glorified. He said, a little one shall become 1,000. I mean, you have a lot of children. And a small one, a strong nation. I, the Most High, will hasten it in his time. That's why all you that don't believe, that a man can have more than one wife, how that's going to happen? How a little one going to bring forth 1,000 babies? What woman want to have 1,000 babies? Hmm? I ask all the time. I've been asking that for years. No, I'm saying, not me. I don't have no 1,000 babies. So that's going to happen because men going to have more than one wife. And the thing about it, it might necessarily apply to any one of you in this day and time, but you still have to accept the law. You still have to accept what it is that the future holds, or you're not going to make it to the future. Think about it. You're against what it is that the future going to be, if that's the future. And being the way you are now, thinking, oh, no, you're against what it is that he said. I mean, there's too many examples I can give you to show you that you have to accept it, even though it don't have to be included in your life. And most people that have a problem with it, they're not dealing with anything like that. It must mainly have something to say about something that they ain't even their world. Some of you ain't even got no man. Some of you ain't got no woman. We talking about anything, you know. You ain't got the first one to be able to say you're gonna get another one. But it's all great, you know what I mean? We just got, all I'm saying is you have to accept what it is that the scripture says. That's right. You know, that's all I'm saying. Now, if it ain't your world, it ain't your world. You gotta do it. You gotta eat it. Because I mean, the law says what it says, and I don't know how a little one gonna bring forth 1,000. I'm waiting on one to say, I'm ready to have 1,000 babies. Really? Really? Really, really, really? For real, for real? How's that sound peaceful? How's her body gonna be up there? Oh, that's right. Most likely gonna give her a different kind of body. Ah, all praises to the Most High. But it's uh it's a way that we have to have a mindset, even though some things don't apply to me. I don't everything don't apply to me, you know. Everything don't apply to you. Everything don't apply to you. In your own personal world, you know what I mean? But you can jump on somebody else's world and say how they gotta be, have nothing to do with you. And they not going against the scriptures. Now everything gotta be done decent and in order. Some people have abused that order, you know, and not bringing forth the love that's necessary, that's needed to be able to deal with whatever situation. You gotta be in love now. You gotta love your woman. The woman gotta respect her man. Ecclesiasticus 2:26. That's the main thing, man, that we looking at a lot of times. The respect and the level of caring and really being there for each other is missing because of the curses, man. And the fact of the matter, we just don't get it. We just don't get it. Um, Not Ecclesiasticus, Slack. It's read second Ezra 2:6. Let's try that one. Second Ezra 2:6. I was there. Called out Ecclesiastes. Second Ezra 2:26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish. Hear that? That's why it's so important to fear the Most High and do what he say do. He say the servants whom I have given thee, He said, there shall not one of them perish. And who the servants? We the servants, children of Israel. Prove that by Isaiah 44 and 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. So we the servants that are most high, the children of Israel. He said in 2 Ezra 2:26, he said, as for the servants whom I have given thee, said, there shall not one of them perish. He said, for I will require them from among thy number. Straight up. He said, one of them perish because he's going to have that remnant. That remnant is going to be right here on them chariots. Look at Revelations 11 and 12. They're going to be right on the chariots, y'all. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, those that are alive, when Mashiach said, come to judge and make war, he said, come up hither. Come up hither. He said, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven. And the chariots come in a cloud, which is the chariot of the Most High when you read Psalms 104 and 3. Let's read that. Just in case there's some new people here that don't know. That's why I say the Bible got to answer itself first and foremost. Then we turn to outside sources. At least I would think. Wouldn't you think that? Don't it make sense? You see what the Bible defines words itself before you go to outside services. It says Psalms 104 and 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot. You see? The clouds are vehicles. Like they call them the flying saucers and so forth, the UFOs, identified flying objects and so forth. The clouds is his chariots, who walk upon the wings of the wind. Now, when you look at Psalms 68:17, it tell you who's driving the chariots. Look, the chariots that are most high are 20,000, even thousands of angels, you see? So the angels are driving the UFOs that they call them UFOs today. The chariots of the Most High, the flying saucers. So they tell you in Revelation 11 and 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended, you're going up to heaven in the air, in the sky, in a cloud, in a chariot. And their enemies beheld them. They're going to be looking at us. Go up in the chariots. The Israelites, I might say, because I can't say I'm going to be there at all. Can't make myself one of them. Hopefully you won't either. But Most High Ratizawan, Most High will, we be worthy to be going up in the chariots, man. Well, not coming back with a Mashiach that was shot. Look, he said the enemies beheld them, right? So let's see what they're going to be saying. The enemies. It says in Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, they're gonna watch, they're gonna behold the Israelites going up in the chariots, right? Let's see. Say, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. You know that, But a righteous man is the one that's keeping the commandments of the Most High, keeping the laws of the Most High. Not somebody telling you ain't under the law. That's a wicked man. Wouldn't you say? Say, just that a righteous man, so we define righteous twice, meaning keeping of the commandments of the Most High, stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Said, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Seeing a righteous man stand in their face with boldness, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, that powerful authority that's coming to the saints, the 12 tribes of Israel, that remnant. It says, so far beyond all they look for. What does it say? Revelation 11 and 12. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, in a cloud, in the chariot of the Most High. and their enemies beheld them. So this is what the enemy gonna be saying. Look what it say. Don't be amazed at the strangers of his salvation. That's us being getting going into salvation right there, going up in them chariots so far beyond all they look for. So what they gonna be saying? As what it says, what? And their enemies beheld them. So this is what the enemies gonna be saying. They're gonna be saying, and they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, as they behold us go up in the sky in the chariots. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach, calling them all kind of names. We fools account this like madness, and its end to be without honor. So what they gonna say? How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Screaming it. Therefore have we erred, not even realize their error, from the way of truth. You know the truth class, right? Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and that law is the truth. See, therefore have we erred from the way of truth. They err from the way. This is like salvation. When Amashiach said, come to judge and make war, and he lifting up so many of us Israelites into them chariots, gonna see what it is though. Gonna let you know. This is what they saying. We fools account of this like madness, verse 4. And its end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. Screaming us. And we define the saints. Psalm 148:14. Even of the children of Israel, who are we, a people near to the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. See, therefore have we erred from the way of truth. They erred from the way of keeping the commandments of the Most High, keeping the laws of the Most High. This is the future. So y'all can follow them if you want to. They're telling you exactly what they're going to be saying right here. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. We erred from the way of following the commandments and the laws of the Most High. And the light, which we define in Proverbs 26:23, the light of commandment is the light. Of righteousness, we know righteousness is the commandments and the laws, have not shined unto us. Because the Most High show of his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel, he have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. Point blank, Psalm 147:19-20. And the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. You see, the brightness of the sun of righteousness have not shone upon them. This is the future. This is what they're saying in the future. Already here. We learning what they're going to say in the present, what they're going to say in the future. We reared ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Verse 7. See what they said? We reared ourselves in a way of wickedness and destruction. You can't deny this, man. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Most High and of Ashak, we have not known it. It's not going to be sad. All praise to the Most High for the past, the present, and the future, and being able to see it in this Bible, man. They're going to say, hey, what have pride profited us? You know they prideful. Lifting up their head. Come on. What has pride profited us? This is the future, y'all. Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow. And as a post that it pastes by, it's the kingdom of salvation coming on this earth, what they're going to say. And as a ship that passes over the waves of the water, ship go through the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found. You don't know ship went through that water. That's what he's saying. Either the pathway of the keel in the waves. You can't tell a ship went through that water once that ship then went by. It go back, that water go back to normal. It says, or as when a bird have flown through the air, a bird flopping, swinging his wings, as when a bird fly passes to, or as when a bird have flown through the air. There is no token of her way to be found, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings and parted with the violent noise and motion of them is passed through. Once that bird fly through that air, wherever that bird has flew through, and therein afterwards, no sign where she went is to be found. You see, they give you analysis. What this is what they're gonna be saying. Or like as when an arrow is shot, you shoot an arrow at a mark, it part of the air. The arrow is going through the air, part of the air, which immediately coming together again. The air come back together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. They let you know exactly what they're going to be saying and how to get analysis of how all these things, once it happens, you don't even know it's there. Keep that in mind. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, it parted the air, which immediately cometh together again. The air come back together. No, so that arrow go through it, air come back together. You don't even know that an arrow had been shot through the air, so that a man could not know where it went through. Even so, we, in like manner, this our enemies looking at us go up in the church. All they saying all this. Even so, we, in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. Hear that? But were consumed in their own wickedness to this day, until the end. That's why they're going to be saying this. For the hope of the unrighteous is like dust that is blown away with the wind. Hear that? The hope of the unrighteous is like dust that's blown away in the wind, like a thin frost that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest and passes away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. But the righteous, those that keep the commandments of the Most High, the laws of the Most High, have the fear of the Most High, cry to the Most High, live forevermore. You hear that? But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Most High, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom, the righteous. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Most High Mashiach Yahushai's hand. For with their right hand, with his right hand, Mashiach Yahushai shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor. You know the Most High name is jealous, y'all. He said gonna take for him his jealousy for complete protection, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Yeah. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of an helmet, man. All praises to the Most High. Look at this. All the things that you heard him say. That's what I say. Going to wisdom, Revelation 11 and 12, it said, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven. That's the Israelites in a cloud, right? In a chariot, which the angels drive. It said, and their enemy beheld them. So you heard what the enemy said, right? They also gonna say this. That's why they say. But what they saying, Job talked about it too. The time of Job. Job said, Job 20 and 4, he said, knowest thou not this of old? So you don't know this of old? He said, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short. The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment in the eyes of the Most High. You might look at it however you want to look at it. You've got to look at the eyes of the Most High. Look at this. When you look at 2 Peter 3 and 8, look at that moment to the Most High. It said, look, 2 Peter 3 and 8, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So they've been in and powers and authority, just that's a moment to the Most High. That's why going back to Job 20:4 says, knowest thou not this of old? Since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. If one day is 1,000 years, they ain't ruled 1,000 years yet. It's a moment to the Most High. Say, though it's excellently mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds. They got the space station, they got jets and helicopters, everything flying in the clouds. It says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Just like you just heard about what they're going to say in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2 down. See, when our enemies beheld us as the Israelites going up in the chariots that the angels are driving, it's no different. Say, those actually mount up to heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Same thing as ship going through the water. Do you know that ship went through the water? Nope. Like shooting an arrow in the air. Do you know where the air that the arrow went through? Nope. Give me autumn, a bird flapping his wings. You hear the bird flapping his wings, but after that, you don't know, from where he came from. Once he done went to where he's going, you don't know that the bird went this way and that way, turned this way. No, you can't tell. That's what same thing is saying here. He shall fly away as a dream, verse 8, and shall not be found. Yeah. He shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place that he got the fattest of the earth any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. See, I mean, there it is. All praises to the Most High. This word is true. Look, verse 19 said, because he have oppressed, and that's what we call him, Massa. Massa. He wanted to call us Master. We didn't call him that. That go all the way back to Baal, y'all. We didn't call him that. We said Massa, which means oppressor, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Come on. Stole everything. Everything. You see it happening right now. He's trying to take this land and that land and this land and that land violently. Come on. Romans 15. And give a like to the video for me. It don't take much. Just hit the like button for me. Romans 15:13. Now the most high power of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, having faith in the Most High, that ye may abound in hope. That's that faith. You may abound in faith in the Most High through the power of the Holy Spirit. So, very important that we see this, because we got to look at, we working hard because, like a young brother yesterday said, he's not in captivity. In his mind, he's not in captivity. He lived long enough or know enough of our history, our story, I'll say, to realize that we are in captivity. When was we ever really free? I'll tell you in Luke 3:8. Luke 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. Are we not? For reproach, a disgrace, and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the most high power of our Father. Come on, man. That's what we have done. Micah 2:10 Say, arise you. Everybody talking about Krum Yasharala, and depart. Say, depart. It says, for this is not your rest. It's not our rest because it is polluted. You know that? It is polluted. It shall destroy you if you allow yourself to be caught up in this world, man. And not really find out what it is you're supposed to be finding out concerning yourself to help someone else find themselves. Even with the sword of destruction. It's in our rest, man. Look at this. Micah 3. It says, who hate the good. Micah 3 and 2. Who hate the good and love the evil. You know? I say people hate us for being, what's good. Hate the good. What is good? You're only good if you applying what is good. What's good? Let's find out what's good. Y'all should know what's good. Romans 7 and 12. Let's find out what's good. They hate the good. No, before we go there, let's go here. Matthew 19 and 6. Let's go here, boys. What did it say? Who hate the good? Let's find out who the good is. First and foremost, Matthew 19 and 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, good. I don't like to say that word, M-A-S-T-E-R, because that goes back to B-A-A-L. See, and they put it in there. So we'll just say, King, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And this to anyone that listens. So what good thing can I do to have eternal life? Everlasting life. It said, and he said unto him, why callest thou me good? This is Mashiach Yahushua saying. So why you call me good? There is none good but one. That is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. What part of that the preacher's not seeing? You want everlasting life, you should be teaching your students or your people that's in your congregation, keep the commandments. Come on. So that's good. And what else is good? The Most High is good. Romans 7 and 12. So every time you talk to somebody, you hear them right now. This is something new. 2 years now you've been saying it, but how you doing? I'm good. Okay. This how you good. Romans 7 and 12. What's good? Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. So what's good? The law and the commandments are the Most High. That's what's good. So now when you look at Micah 3 and 2, who hate the good, they hate the Most High. You tell me they don't. They hate the Most High, and they hate the commandments and the laws of the Most High. That's why they teach people that you're not under the law. Don't they? But you're under grace. Give you something you don't deserve to get. And grace is only two. Words of mercy to his saints. The 12 tribes of Israel, period. Who hate the good and love the evil. Who pluck off their skin from off of them and their flesh from off their bones. Wow, man. Who also eat the flesh of my people. You mean to tell me this ain't real? Y'all hearing about this all the time. DNA. They're looking at the DNA. These meats that these companies these corporations are selling to the people, is they finding people meat in it. Now, what does it say? Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them. And they break their bones and chop them in pieces. As for the pot, and as flesh within the cauldron. Come on. Tell me that ain't happening. It's happening, y'all. It's real. Why the Most High saying it? They've been doing it. This ain't nothing new. It's just, oh, wow, look what they're doing. No, they've been doing it. That's why we're reading about it. Look at Psalms 14 and 4. And well, we have to all the time repent, ask the Most High to forgive us for our sins. Well, for real. Because of the fact of the matter, we don't know what we're dealing with. We don't know what we're dealing with. For real, for real. Psalms 14 um, and 4. Psalms 14 and 4. It says, have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? What's that talking about? Don't that fit right with what we just read? And call not upon the Most High. They ain't call upon the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. That's why I said what? Uh, Micah 3 and 3. Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them. See, that's what they did to Nat Turner. Man, they skinned him. And some of them ate him, took parts of his body and so forth. Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them. And they break their bones and chop them in pieces. As for the pot, wow. And as flesh within the cauldron. Then shall they cry unto the Most High. Oh, you hear them say, oh my God, oh my God. But he will not hear them. He ain't hearing them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. Thus said the Most High concerning the prophets that make my people err. You pork chop eating preachers out there that cause the Most High's people, my people. Who's my people? 2 Samuel 7 and 10. 2 Samuel 7 and 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people, Israel. See? I will appoint a place for my people, Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own. What the Most High guaranteed to those that's going to come back to him. And move no more. We ain't moving no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness, the ones that he sold us to in captivity, afflict them anymore as before time. That's the future, y'all. Bing, had to leave on that, huh? Probably somebody that would probably fit right in there with the wicked. Listen to what it says. Micah 3 and 5. Thus said the Most High power, Abraham, concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry, peace. And he that put it not into their mouths, and he hath put it not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Hear that? Therefore night shall be unto you. Hear that? Night meaning darkness, ignorance shall be unto them. That ye shall not have a vision. There ain't no vision. So they should be telling you what this Bible is talking about from the past to the present to the future. It says, verse 6, Micah 3 and 6. Therefore night, darkness, ignorance, not knowing shall be unto you. The passions that cause the Most High people to err. It says, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, for that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. You hear that? The day, this truth is the day. This truth, this laws and commandments of the Most High bringing them forth is the day. When you think of Mashiach coming back, he's not going to judge in the day. He going to bring the light, which is the commandments of the Most High. Look at Baruch 4 and 1. It says, Baruch 4 and 1, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. So how somebody telling that you the law, we ain't under the law no more? It said the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. This is what it say. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Take hold of the law and the commandments of the Most High. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. You see? That's what it tell you. Take follow the light thereof, that you may be illuminated. That's why I tell you in Micah 6 and 3 and 6. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Instead of them having the laws and statute commandments that they should, they telling you that under they opposite of what this Bible is talking about. Anybody saying that you ain't got to do what the Most High say do. Let me show you, because it's very important. I'm gonna give you analysis. Take it to your preacher. Tell them, or whoever you over, whoever over you, whoever you over. Check this out. It says, Deuteronomy 9 and 10, and the Most High delivered unto me, that's Moses, 2 tables of stone, written with the finger of the Most High. These are laws that are written with the finger of the Most High, and on them was written according to all the words which the Most High spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. Right? So the laws were written with the finger of the Most High. And for you to think in your wildest dreams that you have to do what he say do, and he wrote those laws with his finger, what you doing? You giving the Most High your middle finger. That's what you're doing. No more, no less. That's what you're doing. Look, Micah 3 and 7 said, then shall the seers, that's before they were called prophets, which we call preachers today, ministers and so forth, be ashamed, and the diviners confounded, gonna be confused. Yeah, they shall all cover their lips, but there was no answer of the Most High. You know, he ain't answering them. When all this stuff's going down, where are they at? Where are they going to this Bible to show you that this is what was planned by the Most High? He said he made the future be right there in the present, man. That's what you're hearing right now. You know, we go from the past to the present to the future. We don't went to the future. You know, we got to go back there because, you know, it told you what our enemies, if they see us going up in the sky, what they going to say, right? Revelation 12, Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. Not gonna be y'all that following all these religions. Nope. Y'all ain't talking about, he ain't tell you to come up hither. Y'all talking about you ain't gotta do what the Most High say do. And they assembled up to heaven in the cloud. And their enemies beheld it. We've seen what the enemies gonna be saying, right? And the same hour when steering the chariots, the same hour was there a great earthquake, destruction coming on this earth. And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000. And the remnant, see that? That remnant were affrighted. That's what the Most High going after. That's what Most High going after. That's when he said, let the multitude perish then in second Ezra 9 and 22. So let the multitude perish then. Let my grape and my plant be kept. With great labor have I made it perfect. That's that remnant right there. That remnant will fight. They're going to be scared. And what they're going to do? And gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. So you just going to get there, then you're going to find out that you're going to find a way to see everybody else doing whatever they're doing. Then you're going to do it. No, you better be doing it then. You better be doing it now. So when you get there, you're already doing it. That's what I think, unless you can tell me in a better way. You're going to wait till you get there. No, I ain't going to praise the Most High. I ain't going to glorify the Most High till I get on the chariots. Are you serious? You ain't going to make it through the chariots. Most High name is jealous. You know, your pride have you not want to praise him, man. You better praise him as much as you can. You see what they did? They glorified the Most High. They were scared, but they had enough sense to be able to glorify the Most High. Allow you to be on them chariots, man. Come on. Better wake up. Say, that's why I tell you in Micah 3, go back here. I ain't finished with you yet. Verse 11, it say the heads, that's these preachers, these ministers, thereof judge for reward. They getting that money off you. And the priests thereof teach for hire. You hear that? And the prophets thereof divine for money. You know, that's what you know, man. A false prophet. Always looking to get money, 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 money out of people, man. You're supposed to get money to be able to help the people. You get the money so that you take care of whatever and you help them. It's for the people. That's what this is about, man. Yet will they lean upon the Most High and say, it's not the Most High among us. None evil can come upon us. Therefore shall Zion be your sake, be for your sake be plowed as a field. The was plowed as a field, man. And Jerusalem shall become heaps. And with Most High said, hey, in our affliction, we're gonna seek him early. Don't think it's not gonna happen again. He said, therefore shall Zion be for your sake be plowed as a field. Zion represents the 12 tribes of Israel all day, all night, man. Zion gonna be, it said, gonna be plowed as a field, man. And Jerusalem shall become heaps, and the mountain of the house of the on as the high places of the forest, man. Tell you what that Zion is. We Zion. You got Zion, the land, and you have Zion, the people. That's why he said in Isaiah, go to Isaiah 51 and 16 to find who Zion is. And I have put my words in thy mouth. Remember earlier we defined Zion as the land, now here goes Zion the people. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. We just defined my people in 2 Samuel 7 and 10, clear as day, right? So this is what we looked at, y'all. While we can rejoice and feel good that the fact of the matter of the calling that we've been called in is so powerful. Ain't nothing more powerful than the truth. Look at this. Hosea 11 and 7. Talk to me. Listen to what it said. And my people, we know are the 12 tribes of Israel, are bent to backsliding from me. Man, this is what he said. And my people are bent to backsliding from me. Though they call them to the Most High, and I'm calling y'all to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. Wow. Calling to the Most High, but nobody want to exalt the Most High. Dang. Wow. Calling you to the Most High, but nobody want to exalt him. And he tell you. You know, I look, I watch, I look. Everybody not really about the Most High. They just followers. Like I could look at them, they're gonna be followers on that chariot. Or they praise the Most High, and they're gonna miss the first praise. They're gonna hit the second praise. Boom, come out with us, get rid of them, man. You ain't doing it already? Come on, look. Ecclesiasticus 43:29. Ecclesiasticus 43:29. They say the Most High is terrible. You hear that? The Most High is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. He said, when you glorify the Most High, he said, exalt him as much as you can. You hear that? When you glorify the Most High, he said, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet will he far exceed, man. He said, and when you exalt him, put forth all your strength. And be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. No matter how much you glorify, you say you can never go far enough, man. Look at Tobit 13, the book of Tobit 13. And we're going to look at verse 3. Man, it said, when you exalt the Most High, this ain't no light thing. What if he just, and then y'all, right now, y'all got all praises and APTTMH and all kind of initial. What if you was initial? Praying and all you was initial. Think about that. You praying to the Most High, you just an initial. You know, an acronym, whatever, man. Come on, man. Tobit 13 and 3. It said, confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them. We scattered among these Gentiles. Say, there declare his greatness. You hear that? Y'all hear that, Israelites? It say there among these Gentiles, we scattered among no matter what lands we in. Say there declare his greatness and extol him before all the living. For he is our power, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, who was Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, and Asher, and Issachar. He would say, there declare his greatness among these nations, these heathen nations, man, and extol him before all the living. For he is our power, and he is the power of our Father forever. It says, and he will scourge us for our iniquity. So, you hear that? He gonna scourge us for our iniquities, for our sins, our wickedness, the things that we've done wrong, and will have mercy again. Have mercy again, y'all, and will gather us out of all nations among whom he have scattered us. Say, and it said, if ye turn to him with your whole heart, with your whole mind, all your thoughts, and with your whole mind, and deal uprightly, keep his commandments and his laws before him, because his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and seeing the secret parts. So we always before him. Then will he turn unto you and will not hide his face from you. Therefore, see what he will do with you and confess him with your whole mouth. All glory, honor, and praise to the Most High. It says, it says, and praise the Most High of might and extol the everlasting King, man. In the land of my captivity do I praise him. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
We say, in the land of my captivity do I praise him. Come on, man. We got to praise the Most High and declare his might and majesty to a sinful nation. O ye sinners, turn and do justice before him. Who can tell if he will accept you and have mercy on you? Come on, man. That's why I say, look, Acts 17 and 30. See, a lot of y'all, man, y'all caught up in wickedness or whatever you did, or you call no holier than thou people into this, man, to learn this. That's why it's so confounding to those that say, how can they, what school you go to? What did you learn this from? But remember this, he said in Acts 17 and 30, he said, in the times of this ignorance, the Most High winked at. Hear that? The time that you didn't know, said the Most High winked at. But now commanded all men everywhere to repent. Ask for forgiveness. You can never ask for forgiveness enough, man. Because we didn't even know, the sins that we done and just waking up, getting some water. And all kind of things, abominations in it. Think about it now. I'm just keeping it as simple as possible. Eating some food. You done checked out all the ingredients, but something just slipped by. You got to ask for forgiveness, man. You got to ask for forgiveness. Repent. Ask for forgiveness. Don't be too high-minded to think that you are that. Ain't none of us are that. We got to ask for forgiveness. We have to ask the Most High to forgive us for our sins. That's why I say, because some people, they so high-minded, they think that, they put people down and thinking that they ain't worthy to be in the kingdom. And they ain't in the kingdom. Yeah, ain't none of us made it to the kingdom. You got to do it to the end. Who didn't do it to the end and came back and told you that I made it to the kingdom? Talk to me. Ain't nobody going to tell you that. That's why it's a work at hand, y'all. That's why, but it said, in the times of this ignorance, the Most High winked at. He winked at it. But now, commanded all men everywhere to repent. Ask for forgiveness of your sins, man. Because he have appointed a day. It's a day that the Most High know what that day is, in which he will judge the world in righteousness. He's going to judge the world in righteousness. He gonna judge the world according to the laws and the commandments of the Most High by that man, Mashiach Yahushua, whom he have ordained, whereof he have given assurance unto all men, and that he have raised them from the dead. He raised himself from the dead. That's the Most High saying he raised them from the dead. You gotta believe that. That's why, knowing this, that the Most High has appointed a day, in which he would judge the world in righteousness. So when the Mashiach shall come back, Revelations 19:11, and it's so beautiful to know the past, the present, the future, and know these prophecies, man. And nothing more powerful than this, man. It's how you feel. It's supposed to lift you up, man. Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open. This John the Revelator, he put him on the island of Patmos to be an old man to die out there, man. But he didn't die out there. It said, I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. He's the only one they didn't crucify. While we have the book of Revelation. And he that sat upon it was called faithful and true. That's a Mashiach Yahushua. And in righteousness, he does judge and make war. And we define righteousness is keeping of the Most High's commandments. No different than when it say in 2 Ezra 13, 37, 38. And this my son in the Old Testament, Mashiach Yahushua shall rebuke the wicked inventors of those nations which for their wicked life have fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, fire. He's going to burn them up, y'all. And he shall destroy them without labor. How? By the law. He's going to destroy them without labor by the law. He's going to destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire, which is defined in Jeremiah 23:29. It's not my word like this fire. Huh?
Want to read?
Oh, you can read it. Jeremiah 23:29.
Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces?
That's right, man. He coming to judge by the law. He gonna come and judge in righteousness. You understand? And the righteousness is defined as the law and the commandments of the Most High that he wrote with his finger. You can't run from this, man. I mean, Revelation 22:14, more Revelation 14:12 than Revelation 22:14. I mean, we're in the last books of the Bible. It's still the same thing. Ain't nothing changing, y'all. Read this.
Revelations 14:12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of a Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right, man. Just keeping the commandments of the Most High. Bing, bing, bing. Hear that? People leave, man. It's cool though. You have to give an account. Revelation 22:14.
Revelations 22:14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
That's right, man. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, man. Live forever and ever and ever. Eternal life. You just heard about what I said when we went to Matthew 19:16. He asked him, how can I receive eternal life? He said, keep the commandments. Ain't nothing changing. He said that. Here it is again. Blessed are they that do his commandments. You only have about, 7 verses left in the whole Bible. He said, you may have right to the tree of life, because the Most High put them flaming swords around the tree of life. So we couldn't live forever. Why you say ain't nobody gonna live for a day? Nobody's lived 1,000 years. That's a day to the Most High. You see? So, and he shortened the time period from, we lived 900 and some years to 120. Then he changed it to 70 years. Anything other than that, you blessed. If you live over, 70 years, that's a blessing from the Most High, man. And may enter in through the gates into the city. So it's still talking about them gates. It's talking about the gates. One of the tribes of Israel, all 12 tribes, is going into one gate. You got 3 on the north, 3 on the south, 3 on the east, 3 on the west. That equals 12. Last I counted, 4 times 3 equals 12, right? So each gate have an angel that's making sure that that tribe is going through that gate. That tribe is going through that gate all the way up to 12. You understand? So that's what it's saying here, you know, through the gates into the city. So verse 15, what it say?
Verse 15, for without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Whoever loveth will make a lie, man. And all these people that's dogs is looked it up in the New Hunger's Bible Dictionary. It says dog is a word that was used by the Israelites pertaining to the Gentiles because of their profaneness. It's a probably a reference to homosexuality. That's what it says in the New Hunger's Bible Dictionary. I didn't write it, you didn't write it, but it's there. Look it up for yourself. You see? And it says sorcerers, that's witches, psychics, palm readers, all these things, and whoremongers, those that's jumping around with who would thinking and wouldn't think it no more. Just that's why you got all these different diseases that they can't cure now. The diseases are mutated. And murderers, those that don't love their brother and sister, you are a murderer. First and foremost, and those that justifiably kill someone, man. And idolaters, those that don't believe in the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and a Mashiach Yahushua, you are idolater. And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. That's why I give 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
First Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High?
Now, we didn't define the righteous as those that keep the commandments of the Most High and the laws of the Most High. So those that don't keep the laws and the commandments of the Most High shall what?
Not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Is not going to inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Go ahead.
Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived. Don't let nobody lie to you. Read.
Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
All these ones that he's naming is not going into the kingdom of the Most High. Read. Like he said, adulterers, those that's, married to a man, a woman going outside of her marriage, a man that's married to a woman going with another man's married wife, and so forth. Effeminate. That means men that's acting like women, abusers of themselves with mankind, men with men. That's what he's talking about right there, right? Go ahead. I mean, they be like, they got people that's actually in churches that are gay, that are, dealing with men and women with women and saying you got to accept it. No, it says what it says. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. What's the breakdown for this? When you ask them, what is this talking about? No effeminate. That's men that's acting like women. And women want men to be all soft like them. They know man, a real man gonna be like you. How you think a man's supposed to be like a woman? That's why you can't even think like that. That's why I say you gotta understand the scriptures, man. Ain't no man supposed to be effeminate. And when you be masculine, in this world, they say, what you be so gentle. That's why the most I call this man. That's why he said, get what is it? Isaiah 1 and 9. I think it is. Yeah, man, y'all. That's why I say, man, it's like we have to be opposite of what this is saying, man. You want to make it to the kingdom. Let nobody take you off your course of making it to the kingdom, man, that don't know. Read. What did it say? Isaiah 1 and 9. Listen to what he said.
Isaiah 1 and 9. Except the Most High power of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Hear that? He said, if he leave a remnant, every man gonna be like loving another man. Every woman gonna be loving another woman. That's why I said it ain't right, man. If he leave a small remnant, remember we read about that remnant that's gonna be, he said, come up hither. That remnant gonna be on the chariots. That's what's gonna be on the chariots. So he said, if he didn't leave a very small remnant, we'd all be like in the Sodom and like Gomorrah. That's what they're pushing right now. That's what he's letting you know, man. It's all here. It's just a matter of when you're going to be at. You know, you either going to be there, allow somebody to take you there, or you going to be a man, you know. I can tell you, man, we're supposed to be bold as lions, man. We ain't run around here acting like no woman. Come on. Then women want you to feel like they feel. They want you to be effeminate. That's the spirit that's on this world, man. That's why I say if he didn't leave a remnant, we all be like in the Sodom and like Gomorrah. That's why men got to man up, man. That's why the world is out of order. He called men, but he ain't call no effeminate man. A woman want a man to be effeminate. Come on. That's why they end up getting with women. I digress. Go ahead, read it. Read on. Go back to 1 Corinthians 9. That's why I say abusing themselves with mankind.
1 Corinthians 6 and 10. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
That's right, man. So letting you know, okay, now you're gonna bring something clear to you. Remember, I read to you in Acts 17 and 30, you know, how the Most High winked at your ignorance, not knowing, but he require every man to repent. This is what he said here, read.
Verse 11. And such were some of you.
Hear that? So some of us fit right into the categories of some of these ones that he says not going to inherit the kingdom. But he said, but such were some of you. Some of us came from this type of ill and wrongs of actually, you know, abusing our way against the Most High, you know, offending him. Such were some of you. So that means they didn't call the holy but holy into this. Read.
But ye are washed.
But we are what?
Washed.
We are washed, man. Hip talk, read.
But ye are sanctified.
But ye are sanctified, read.
But ye are justified by Shama Mashayach Yahweh and by the spirit of our power.
That's right, man. So how are we washed? First and foremost, Ephesians 5:26. That's how we wash, man. And not looking at just being dipped in some water and come up, like I said, they say you go down a dry devil, you come up a wet devil. If you don't know the word of the Messiah, if you ain't doing what he say do, what's the difference? Read.
Ephesians 5:26, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
The washing of water by the word. The Bible, y'all. Understanding it, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, man. That should make you joyful and happy. Give me St. John 15 and 3. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is it right here. Ain't nothing more powerful than the truth. Read that.
St. John 15 and 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
Now you clean to the word. St. John 17:17. Come on, man. This is it. St. John 17:17.
St. John 17:17. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
So sanctify means to clean us up with the truth. And the word of the Most High is the truth, man. You just got to know the word of the Most High to identify the truth. And once you understand the laws and the commandments of the Most High, which is the truth, we can sing it together, class, right? Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. That it is right there, right? So it says, and you shall know the truth shall make you free. You shall know the laws and the commandments of the Most High, and the commandments of the Most High, and following the commandments of the Most High gonna make you free, right? Get up. Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 2. I mean, he telling us, you want to be free? The free that we're gonna have is the kingdom. That's what we're gonna be free, y'all. We're gonna be free when we go into the kingdom. We got next forever, never. Read that.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Con.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments.
That's right.
which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
That's the kingdom right there. And that's the ones that are going to be keeping the commandments of the Most High. He going to do what?
Set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Simple as that. Read.
And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power.
If you hearken unto the voice of the Most High, our power, man. Our is a personal possessive pronoun showing ownership. If we just listen and do the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Most High, man, that's all we got to do. He said he's going to set us above all nations of the earth. That's real. That's real. He ain't a man he should lie. That's the ones, that's their remnant. You know, he don't need a lot of people. He don't care, man. He don't need a lot of people. That's what's scary when you think about his ways and thoughts, not our ways and thoughts. Who gonna tell the Most High? Matter of fact, get 1 Corinthians 2 and read 15 and 16.
1 Corinthians 2:15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
You know, he that is spiritual. That's why I talk about being spiritual a lot, you know. And when you look at being spiritual, then certain spiritual things, you know how spiritual things happen when you acknowledge spiritual things. Whenever certain things happen, you give all glory to the Most High. Like you'll hear me giving all praise and glory to the Most High. I'm talking about something. I turn the Bible and I'm right there. I'm thinking about something. I turn the Bible and I'm right there. I saw all praise to the Most High about so much. How was I'm turning it and it's right there? I'm thinking it and I'm turning it, it's right there. You know. And then it happens over and over and over again. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, like I say, you ask your leaders, whoever you're dealing with, give some testimonies that the Most High exists. Give some testimony that Mashiach Shai exists. Because when you become spiritual, then you're going to start seeing things happen over and over again that this should happen, but it didn't happen because the Most High have his angels there to make sure that you're all right and can pass you around or make a way that you can always come out of it, man. And you know, if you're still here, in this captivity, man, the Most High is coming through for you. All praise to the Most High.
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 Basham.
Basham.
Mashiach. Yahweh Shai. God, I mean, come on. Y'all got to praise the Most High, man. It's sad because he's not going to be accepted until he put Mashiach Shai's enemies under his feet. That's why he got a problem with this place, man. And we scattered among all these heathens, man, and we the ones that's got to be the light that's shining bright in these people that's in gross darkness, ignorance, and not knowing, man. That's serious, man. He said, when you exalt the Most High, exalt him with all your strength, man. No, all praise to the Most High, you know. All praise to the Most High, you know. Just come on, man. That's being written in the books against you. You could take it lightly if you want to. I'm talking about the Most High. Power Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. He said, I'm gonna melt you. But all the ones that are trying our best to do what he say do, could be that remnant, man. That's what's so powerful, man. We just gotta want it. Read that verse again.
1 Corinthians 2:15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
See, he that is spiritual judges all things. Read.
Yet he himself is judge of no man.
The reason why a spiritual man is not judge of no man, because he gonna have his life in order with the Most High while Mashiach Shai and doing the things that will please the Most High. You know, looking at what it is that we have done as a nation in offending the Most High, first and foremost. Like I tell you, I got to stop saying Lord. Let's go back to BAAL. Y'all got to stop saying MASTER. Now, they had our Bible. They put it in the Bible, so you be saying it. You be calling them their guys. Come on. I just posted it again. I'm going to keep posting it. You know, because we got ADHD spiritually about Epstein's niece saying that they worship BAAL. So if they worship B-A-A-L, and B-A-A-L means L-O-R-D, M-A-S-T-E-R, H-U-S-B-A-N-D, all the different definitions that it have, that they have you calling on their God. And the Most High said, we ain't supposed to let none of these gods come out of our mouth, man. We ain't supposed to be speaking on these other gods. But if y'all could take it lightly, oh, you're going to try to come up, as long as I've been in this, I know where Hebrew came from, all that, man. Who started, who taught Ariyah and all that, man. Come on, man. Y'all going to try and make up a Hebrew word from Giddes and this, that, and the third and transfer it over to ancient Hebrew, man. No. We got to stop, point blank, offending the Most High. Or you ain't going to be part of that remnant. That's one of them chariots that we read about in Revelation 11 and 13. You ain't going to be a part of that remnant. Tell you. Shoot, Most High name is jealous. Understand those standards. So let's say a spiritual man judges all things, Yet he himself is judge of no man. Why? Because he's doing what he's supposed to do. And he's in front of the Most High all the time. That's why we start with Colossians 3:17. Whatever we do, in word or deed, whatever we say, whatever we do is before the Most High. Is you before the Most High? I'll tell you a story. This woman said, everybody hates you Hebrew Israelites. To me, back in the day when I had my TV and radio shows and stuff like that, man, and I said, wow, they hate me too? She said, yeah, I know who you are. You be on TV all the time. Yeah, we hate you too. In my face. I had to think about that. I was like, wow. And what I thought about, I was like, wow, do they hate me? Because Mashiach said they're going to hate you for his name's sake. And I had to really do a self-examination. That's why my lessons of self-examination came out, because I was doing a self-examination of myself. And I was like, wow, I don't think people hate me for Mashiach's name's sake, because it was about what I knew and just going out there. I thought truth was just cut this up, cut them up, whatever. That's me. I didn't go out. We wasn't going out by Shalom Mashiach. Even brothers today, I'm from old school, so we went out for war. You ready to go to war, so we got war. I didn't go out by Shalom Mashiach. And when I started going out with Colossians 3:17, I started seeing miracles. I got many testimonies of miracles that start happening from that point on. So you got to have some testimonies. If you really, like you said, a spiritual man, you got to have some kind of testimony of spiritual things. Things that's seen and things that's unseen, things that the Most High manifests in front of you. A lot of these things that I was manifest in front of was with witnesses. I remember one time I was teaching and I was like, any of y'all Syrians? Because I know I had met Syrians and they look a lot like the Mexicans over here today, right? I said, any of y'all Syrians? And nobody was saying anything. Nobody said anything. And then all of a sudden, when I said, I told the brothers to take my place from teaching, I went to the restroom, came back, and there was a cat in the bag, going in the bag. I said, hold up, man, you got to stand in the front over here. Come out of that bag, come on in the front. Brothers didn't know. And it was a Mexican brother down on the ground. He had his cameras, beautiful cameras filming us, right? Taking pictures of us. And I asked him first, I said, man, who you think he is, man? He said, what do you mean, what do you think he is? He's Mexican like me. He said, I know Mexican, I'm Syrian. And that's where we come from, Our foremothers, four of them, four of the women, they were Syrians, who Jacob married, And he had a whole family of them right there. And they look like them, So that's why I say I don't really judge by outer appearance, because of the fact of, if one is Israelite, hey, who knows? I mean, we are lies. Ain't no lies going to the kingdom. That's what we just said. So we have to really be aware of these things so that we don't really get caught up in, when the judgment come, you lied. Well, I just say like, hey, like Mashiach said in Luke 20, Luke 20 and 24. Look at this. And we just read we we still in our captivity, but look what he said, Luke 20 and 24. Look what he said.
21.
Luke 20. 21, 24.
Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
See? See, it said we're gonna fall by the edge of the sword and be led away captives into all nations. So we scattered among all these nations. Read.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
See, Jerusalem gonna be trodden down of the Gentiles, these other nations, these heathen nations, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And it's getting short. The time is getting short, y'all. So now go back to 1 Corinthians 2 and 16.
1 Corinthians 2:16. For who have known the mind of Yahweh that he may instruct him?
Yeah, who know the mind of Yahweh that we may instruct him, tell him what to do. That's why you gotta look at it, because a lot of people be like, saying certain things that the Most High is the judge of. You got to be aware of that, because he said, who know the mind of the Most High that he may instruct him, tell him what he gonna do. We can't tell him what he gonna do. Read. For who mind we have?
But we have the mind of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
See, we have the mind of a Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's the mind we have. We have the mind of a Mashiach Yahweh Shai. That's why he told us more information in First Corinthians 3:23. And these are the things that I see that a lot of people and the leaders are not pushing, so that they could be exalted. You ain't exalting me. Tell you that. No, I'm gonna say all praise to the Most High. All praise to Mashiach Yahweh Bashal Mashiach Yahweh. Because look what it say. Who are we?
1 Corinthians 3:23. And ye are Hamashiachim.
You know, we Mashiachim. No, you can put Yam on the end of your preacher's name. Yam on the end of your leader's name. That's what y'all do. All praise to your leader. All praise to this leader, that leader, whatever. And sometimes it's more than the Most High. Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Y'all might say all praise to the Most High, and why Mashiach Yahweh Shai, or all praise to, because most of y'all in the religions, y'all don't even believe in the Most High. Y'all just believe, y'all think that your Jesus Christ is the Most High. And our people, we still think he's Caesar Borgia. We really lost, man. Like, we got 128 different identities asking who we are as a people, man. We don't know. And don't care to know. That's the problem that I have, man. It's like our people do not care to know. It said, ye are Mashiachim. That means we are the Messiahs. Because he said, no man come to the Father but by me, in John 14:6. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it, that the Father be glorified in the Son. You ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. Do what I say do. Why? That the Most High can be glorified in the Son. Ain't nobody ever brought that out. Ever, ever, ever. When I read that, nobody ever seen that the Most High can be glorified in the Son. And look, that's why I say this world have us so prideful that we can't see beyond ourselves and say you love the Most High, you love a Mashiach Yahweh Shai. No. Certain things I've witnessed with my own eyes and with witnesses, because they know they didn't see it. Then they look at somebody else, but they ain't see it. Then they look at somebody else, they ain't see it. Like, I remember I made up this song, NAME, when the Most High showed me Hamashiach. And I made this, he gave me this song. It was real simple. NAME, 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 NAME. And I would tell people to sing the song. And they would be laughing. I ain't sing that song. They would mock the song, right? This was witnesses. Anybody don't believe me? It's witnesses right there, because they got they got shamed, and they sit there waiting on somebody else to come in to be shamed. Everybody got Most High had them. There was one dude was like this, and he was reading, saying, "I have planned." Couldn't even talk. Took his speech away from him. Other ones, ladies, I mean, you name them, they all was clown. Everybody was clown. Straight up, waiting for it to happen. I mean, I'm telling you, you got some testimonies, man. The Most High, but you can't have no testimony about him. You ain't talking about him. Believe this. You talk about Israel, Israel. Ain't no man gonna save us. This real simple. The Most High, the one gonna save us. He the one gonna say, "Rise, Mashiach outside, go and judge and make war." How we not gonna tap into him? I mean, something wrong with us, man. Something wrong with us as a people. Really, I mean, it's really, really simple. This ain't hard. I don't know. Y'all just wicked, man, or something, man, or something. I don't know what's. Most High, like you say, y'all deep sleep, huh? Yeah, deep sleep. Yep. Come on, man. It's real simple. He the one gonna deliver us. Ain't no man, ain't no woman, ain't no child, ain't a Mashiach Yahushua can't do nothing until the Most High say, rise, go, and bring forth what we just read in Revelations 19:11. Come and judge in righteousness according to the law. He gonna burn people up, man. Come on. What y'all think? Y'all can follow. Y'all better come out of them churches, man. Believe in what y'all believe in, man. Shoot. 1 Corinthians 3:23. Listen.
First Corinthians 3:23. And ye are Hamashayachim, and Hamashayach Yahushai is the Most High.
Right, man. We are Mashiachim. We belong to the Messiah, man. And the Mashiach is the Most High. That's why I look at Psalms 110:1. This don't take no rocket science to figure this out, man. You know, King David was a mighty king, man. Most High said King David was a man after his own mind, his own heart, his own mind. Look what David said. Read it like, no, you can't read it like it's written because you still gonna be calling on B-A-A-L, but read it like it's supposed to be read. Psalms 110:1.
Well, I don't know what you mean here. Like it's supposed to be read?
Yeah, like the Most High said unto my power. Yeah.
Psalms 110:1. The Most High said unto my power,
Mashiach Yahushai,
sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool.
See? So you see, if y'all looking at it, y'all probably say L-O-R-D, L-O-R-D. The L-O-R-D said it to my L-O-R-D. Only y'all gonna be saying the word, but we're not supposed to be saying that because get Exodus 23:13. Because I gotta bring it out every time I can because you know, we have some means of, all of us have some means of ADHD spiritually, you know. Some have more than others, you know. So read this.
Exodus 23:13. And in all things that I've said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth.
Right. So when we looked up B-A-A-L, B-A-A-L meant L-O-R-D. That's their God. That's the Edomites' God. For all the way back from what they've been dealing with in publishing these Bibles. So they put that in there. So you'll be calling on their God. Everything is like, look, in the name of Jesus Christ, A-M-E-N. Is that his name? But you ain't taking the time to really, in the name of Jesus Christ, A-M-E-N. Is that his name? Is that his name, A-M-E-N? And that's going all the way back to A-M-E-N-R-A. And it's going back to Z-E-U-S, A-M-E-N. Because Alexander the Greek named their number one idol, Z-E-U-S, with the last name of A-M-E-N. So they got you calling on their gods. It's the last days, man. I'm just like Noah, man. I'm crying out to the people. Nobody believes it's going to rain. You can think you're an offender the Most High. If you don't believe that, go before the Most High and say, by some of myself, I can call you whatever I want to call you. What they have put in this Bible, I can call you that. And he can't do nothing to you. Now that you know. Look it up in the Bible dictionaries, man. It's right there. I don't know the word that comes B-A-A. And then you put an L on the end. You go from L all the way back to A. I don't think that's a word. Is it? I don't think so, but that's the first word in most of the Bible dictionaries. B-A-A-L. I got to bring it because it's we offend the Most High. And the only way we're going to get out of here is stop offending him as much as possible. But if you ain't think about him, you don't love him, then you're going to keep on doing the same thing and trying to come up with excuses to be wicked. He don't care nothing about, look, get Jeremiah 3:14. You think because you learn some precepts, you're going to make it? You out here in the kingdom? I was there years and years and years ago, man. I had to humble myself. I told you that woman said everybody hate me, hate Israelites. They hate me too. I had to do a real deep self-examination of myself, man, to change. For real, for real. Ain't no pride or nothing. I'm saying, man, I had to humble myself real quick, fast, in a hurry. And he kept hitting me with these dang on car accidents. Bam, bam. My body getting all jacked up. Ooh, I was crying to him. I was like, stop. I mean, you we say love each other, but I was like, man, I can't take no more. Banged up this way, banged up that way, banged up that way. Trucks hit me twice, man. I mean, car accident after car accidents, man, and the other things that happen, and then dealing with other people's problems and stuff like that, man. It's a lot. But hey, couldn't do it in pride. I tell you that. I couldn't cry to him in pride. And that's one time he had pity on us, man. Understand this, man. If you're in the bottom, then hey, you're in the bottom. You can't feel what I'm saying. Hey, it ain't in you. But those that know, that's humble and not thinking they all that, that's who the Most High told Ezra, who he gave 204 books. He said, seek out those that's like him. That's what I'm looking for. All you private people, that gotta leave you alone, man. Don't mean nothing, man, to the Most High. Pride is hateful before man and the Most High. You gotta be humble, man. I don't care how I sound, I'm sincere about what I'm saying before the Most High. You be sincere about how you feel before the Most High. That's how serious this is. Go to the Most High and say he gotta deal with you the way you are. And not dealing with him. And don't care enough about him to know that this is what they done. And they telling you in your face. Even Jeopardy said what? Give me the name of the 4-letter Canaanite God, Lord. And the dude said, boop, Baal. I mean, it's right in your face. Come on. But y'all gonna still call on their God, man. Their idol. That's why I say, woe to rebellious children, man. They take counsel, but not of him. This is from the counsel of the Most High, man. By Shama Mashak Yahushua. Read that up.
Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children.
See, that's us. And that's you that don't want to really stop doing the things that will offend the Most High. That's why I say in your affliction, you're going to seek him early. Come on, man. He said we'll be dipped in a fiery furnace of affliction. How much affliction you got to go through before you realize, come on, man. Let me think of every way I can think of so I ain't offending the Most High. Because you don't fear the Most High. When you scared of him, oh, yeah. You're going to change then. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Without a shadow of doubt. Or say you ain't got to change. Read it from the top.
Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Most High, for I am married unto you.
You say married unto us, man, symbolically. Read.
And I will take you one of a city and two of a family.
You're that one of a city and two of a family. And do what?
And I will bring you to Zion.
We just read in this lesson how we're going to go to Zion singing with songs, man. One of a city, two of a family, and bring them to Zion. That sounds like a great multitude to me. How many coming back with a Mashiach Yahushua? Or that remnant? How many coming back with him? Nobody knows. Because we you can't be so high-minded to think that just because you in this truth, whatever you think you're doing, that you made it already. We can't make ourselves one of the number. But all praise to the Most High, man, that you that are enduring to the end. You got to keep enduring. But you hear what David said? In Psalms 110:1, he said, the Most High said, to my power, that's a Mashiach Yahushua. Sit thee on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Most ain't sitting on his own right hand, but they'll say, hey, he's on the right hand side of himself. How is it? It's kind of crazy how they say the Most High, he humbled himself and came down to the earth. So, but he left part of him up in the sky, in the heavens, right? And he came down in the flesh as a Mashiach Yahushua, and wicked Israelites gave him over to the Romans, and the Romans killed him. Right? Ain't that where it go? Ain't that what happened? Hmm? Ain't that what they say? He humbled himself and he came down, and wicked Israelite came over to the Romans, and the Romans killed him. Wow. But what do you do when you just regurgitate something that's not in the scriptures, man? When you're on the earth, he's praying to himself when he say, "Oh Father," right? Hey, what about get Revelation 2? So we talking about Revelation 2 and 12. I'm gonna try to break this down because I done heard some crazy people that's these apologetics, man. It's like, man, it's kind of crazy, man, how they think. What is it?
3.
Yeah, 3 and 12.
Revelations 3 and 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name.
Look, he said, "My power." You know, y'all see God there, but that's dog spelled backwards, and that's a European dramatic word that they created. You know, around I think 6th, 7th century, something like that. You know, we call them dog, and they took dog and spelled it backwards and came up with God. I mean, I could show you, get Psalm 22 and 16. Let's hold that. But you see what he said, him that overcometh, you got to overcome the wiles of the devil. He said, will I make a pillar in the temple of my power? The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the Most High's name forever and immortal, all generations. And Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the Most High right there. He didn't say himself. He said, my power. We all see God is there. That's not him. My power. We read in 2nd Ezra 13 and 37, what it said, the Son of the Most High. Come on. And the name of the city of my power. The name of the city, New Jerusalem, of my power, which is New Jerusalem, see? Which cometh down out of heaven from my power, from the Most High. Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I will write upon him my new name. He's going to have a new name. Yeah, but who is that? That's him talking about the Most High. But they say the Most High is a Mashiach Yahushua. See how ignorant that is? I mean, that's why when Esau, he told Esau to get in the darkness, and Isaiah 47 and 5, he put the people in gross ignorance. Most people are in gross ignorance today. That's why all praise to the Most High, man, that he's allowed us to really see what it is that we're seeing. Read that up.
Psalms
Mm-hmm.
22. Psalms 22:16.
Listen to what David prophesied would happen with a Mashiach Yahushua when he was on that tree, hanging on that tree. What it said?
For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hand and my feet.
See, who did that? The Romans did that to a Mashiach Yahushua. They pierced his hands and his feet. Huh? They didn't do that to King David, for sure. King David had war for what? 40 years. He put all nations under subjection to Israel, man. That's the power we're talking about, man. So now that I've got that rant off the way, look at Daniel's 12 and 30. Daniel's 12 and 30.
Daniel's 12.
12 and 10. So like
Daniel's 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly.
Like many people gonna be purified, through the word of the Most High, through the commandments, the laws of the Most High, and made white. Many gonna be clean. That's hip talk. It's like I tell you, Revelations 19, 19 and 8. Read that. It's a marriage of a Mashiach Yahushai, which symbolically we are the wife of, a Mashiach Yahushai as he come to judge and make war. Read this.
Revelations 19 and 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints.
That's right, man. The fine linen is white. It's the righteousness of saints, symbolically. You see what I'm saying? So go back to Daniel's 12 and 10.
Daniel's 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly.
The wicked gonna do wickedly. They're gonna be wicked, man. The wicked gonna continue to be wicked. The wicked gonna do wickedly. Read.
And none of the wicked shall understand.
That none of the wicked gonna understand. But y'all gonna make the wicked understand. Y'all fighting hard to get the wicked to understand. What did it say?
None of the wicked shall understand.
Say none of the wicked shall understand. Keep that in mind. Because we know what they're gonna say when the end is come. Salvation is coming to the children of Israel. And we going up in the chairs, I showed you what they're gonna be saying. I'm gonna show you again. Read. What did it say?
None of the wicked shall understand.
None of the wicked shall understand. Read.
But the wise shall understand.
But the wise shall understand. That's why people don't understand it. You can't really make these people understand because they wicked. You tell them you ain't supposed to do this, they're going to do it. Anyway, I'm going to follow my mind, my own heart, But the wise going to understand. Give Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. Remember we went through this? Those that was online, with me, you see we went through what they're going to be saying. From Wisdom of Solomon 5, 2 on down, man. Read what they're going to say. Read.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushai, we have not known it.
See, they have not known it. That's past tense, y'all. That's when salvation come on earth. That's from now to the time that we're going to have salvation coming to the 12 tribes of Israel, and the remnant of those nations is going to go into the kingdom with us in their position. You understand? They're going to say, as for the way of the Most High and the Mashiach, we have not known it, because the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. And when you get understanding, Job 28:28, they're not going to be able to do this. They're not going to have understanding. You get knowledge is the proper application. Knowledge is the gathering of the right information, the righteous information, the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, in His Word, understanding His Word, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, there a little, here a little, and there a little, like a puzzle. They're going to understand that. You understand? So what is it that He's saying they're not going to be able to do? Read.
Job 28:28. And unto man He said, behold, the fear of the Most High, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding.
So what it's saying? The wicked shall do wickedly. That's evil gonna be, the wicked gonna be evil. They're gonna continue to be evil. And none of the wicked shall understand. So they're gonna always be dealing with evil. They're not gonna know how to depart from evil. Do you understand that? Or you don't? What it say? What it say about understanding?
It says, and to depart from evil is understanding.
To depart from evil is understanding. So to depart from evil, you're not wicked. But if you're wicked, you're evil. You don't know how to depart from evil. That's why He says, for the way of the Most High and the Mashiach, which is keeping His commandments. 1 John 5 and 3. So for this the love of the Most High that we keep His commandments. Commandments are not grievous. You're going to be sad and doing what's right. That's why we joyful in doing the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. But it say, but the wise shall understand. You see? The wise go understand. Look at Psalms 9 and 2. Psalms 9 and 2. Psalms 9 chapter 2nd verse.
Psalms 9 and 2. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high.
That's right, man. I'm going to be glad and rejoice in thee. So I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. Yes, 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 yes. Give me Isaiah 9 and 3. We just about finished, y'all. I didn't plan to go this long, but I just got in this, you know how to do it. Go ahead.
Isaiah 9 and 3. Thou hast multiplied the nation and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy in harvest, and as men rejoice when they divide the spoil.
Right. That's when they joy. Joy whenever the Most High doing something for them. Ain't that something? You know how people are. He's helping them. He came through for them. Now they joy. But whenever they ain't thinking about them at all. Go to Psalms 81. Psalms 81. Let me see. That's what I want. See, when the Most High come through, that's when everybody, yeah, Psalms 81. Start at verse 1. So when it's got to be a continual praise of the Most High, because his name is jealous. And when something else is more important than him and he jealous, man, he going to bring that into the nation, man. I'm just here to warn you. Read this.
Psalms 81 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sing aloud unto our power, our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the power of Jacob.
You know, sing aloud unto the Most High, our strength, man. He our strength. And make a joyful noise unto the Most High power of Jacob. Come on, read.
Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon.
Say, blow up the trumpet in the new moon. That's where we at, y'all, the new month, man. Come on, the first day of our month, read.
In the time appointed, on our solemn feast day.
This is our solemn feast day, man. This is our solemn feast day, read.
For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the power of Jacob.
This was a statute for Israel and a law of the power of Jacob. For this was a statute for Israel and a law. It's a law, y'all, of the power of Jacob. You see? He made this a law. When Joseph was in, they're going to tell you, read.
This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not.
This he ordained this law in Joseph for a testimony. This is how long we've been doing this, y'all. All the way to the time we went to Joseph when the famine happened. He ordained us in Joseph, man, in Egypt for a testimony. When he went out through the land of Egypt, he said, well, I heard a language that I understood not. He heard a language he didn't understand. So when the Egyptians saying whatever they said, most I don't hear them. He confounded all the lands, all the nations' lands, languages. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. You know? Give me Numbers 10 to 10. Numbers 10 to 10. Like I said, man, we got to be joyful. The fact of the Most High brought us out of gross darkness, ignorance, not knowing. Really accept the fact that we got opportunity. Live forever to see the kingdom, man, that's prepared for us. Read this.
Numbers 10 and 10. Also, in the day of your gladness.
Day of what?
In the day of your gladness.
See that? That's where we started with that joy. The day of our gladness, man. It's supposed to be a happy time, man. Day of our gladness, read.
And in your solemn days,
Solemn days, like this day, the new month, read.
and in the beginnings of your months,
Beginnings of your month. That's where we at now. The first day of our month, read.
ye shall blow with the trumpets
Blow with the trumpets, read.
over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifice of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your power. I am the Most High, your power.
You want to blow the horns. He said, hey, blow the horn. And we blowing the horn over by some of myself that was side. Kind, all praise to the Most High.
Praise to the Most High.
All 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 praise to the Most
I
High.
say it with us. All praise to the Most High.
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 Basham.
Basham.
Amashiach.
Hamashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
We say, Kwam Abanawa Yahweh.
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 Kwam Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
Kwam Mashiach Shai.
Kwam Mashiach Yahweh 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 Shai.
From Yasharella.
Kwam Yasharala.
From Yasharella.
Kwam Yasharala.
From Yasharella.
Kwam Yasharala.
From Yasharella.
Kwam Yasharala.
Yeah, it's water for joining us on this new moon. We get ready to feast. Hope y'all have something to feast on. If not, hey, hopefully you will next time, next month. 30 days from now, we have another new moon, another new month, okay? And give a like before you get off. You know, appreciate y'all joining us for the new moon, the new month, the first day of our month. And give a like. And if you can, hit the hype button. That'll help the algorithm to grow. And with that, we're out for real. Shalom. The water for joining us.